Good morning, everyone. Thank you for coming. I am a little rusty at this, but excited and then excitably nervous. I aim to fight mental health stigma with video games with an ADHD science fiction game. Get to know me. I am Cliff Bailey. I'm a kind of a transfer student from UH Manoa, which we'll get to in a moment. I graduated from Cary High in Cary, North Carolina, 1998. I have a Bachelor of Science in Media Production and Performance from East Carolina University, class of 2002, and then a Bachelor of Arts in Filmmaking and another in English Lit from Manoa, class of 2020. And in between there, for part of it at least, I was in the Navy from 2011 to 2016. My current program of study is creative media, concentrating in video game design. We're going to go over the plans I have for this project. I'm very excited about. We'll go through my thesis, such as it is, and discuss the objective and rationale, and address the significance of my proposed project. Going into this, a little preface, I will say I had some difficulty with the research process for part of it because it's more of an artistic endeavor that doesn't have a whole lot of hard scientific data points, but I did the best I could, and I hope you won't be disappointed. So the plan for my project, by the end of the spring semester 2023, I will deliver what's called a vertical slice of a video game that simulates elements of the ADHD experience and use it as a pitching tool to raise money to make the full game. And if all goes well, really well, I hope to hire on a development team. Design is already underway. Show you some stuff later in the presentation. I use pre-made assets in all of my game projects, helpful for speedy, rapid prototyping. And then you can also customize them to use them in the final product, hoping to avoid the terrifying label of being accused of asset flipping. I will continue to learn about the ADHD experience from others. I myself have it, but it's also important to learn from the community at large. And I will consult with professionals in mental health, my own therapist, psychiatrist, and then others I know through the internet. And this organically follows through with my research because it was the goal of my research. So my thesis, my proposal, I'm going to make a video game that helps simulate the ADHD experience in an engaging way so that those who play it may gain a deeper understanding about the reality of ADHD and illuminate their misguided and invalidating stereotypes of it and of the people who have it. The objective, the rationale for the research I have conducted is that it backs up what I've felt in my gut for a while now. I hope it's at least walking the line of confirmation bias and isn't just, diving in head first. But I do have several years of experience with visual storytelling through filmmaking and video production. That was what I got my first degree in, and then my second one. And that's what I did for the Navy, was video production. I also have several more years of experience playing video games. Since I was a wee lad in the 80s, I'm a Nintendo boy. And I'm drawn more toward those kinds of games with rich stories and lore. I then know how those affect me, being drawn into the story, empathizing with the characters and such, exploring a new world. And in reading reviews and discussions in forums on the internet, I see how many more people around the world are similarly affected and drawn towards such things. And so the formal research part is a fulfillment of the project mandate, but also serves to refine and galvanize my approach and understanding of it all as I dive deeper into the academic scientific research of ADHD itself as a disorder, a disability, and its effects on the brain. Rolling into the significance. The neurodivergent community, those with disorders, ADHD, autism, or whatever, it covers a broad spectrum, but for this, referring specifically to ADHD, while growing in numbers and strength over the years, still largely goes dismissed by a lot of people. My hope is that for those same people who like video games, I can reach them through this, hopefully cultivate some insight. Even as ADHD awareness grows, there are still many people who go undiagnosed. And that arises from the stigma. And so get to the people creating the stigma, that'll relieve some of the pressures from them. But then also for those who are undiagnosed, I hope that this game resonates with them. So then they will be emboldened to and empowered to seek help and treatment. This is where it got kind of tricky because keeping my goal on making the game not educating people about ADHD per se, at least through this presentation, I did find this about storytelling just in casual games. The sales have been going up this is a trend just from 2015 to 2020 from gamerefinery.com through like Facebook games and such, and just through the casual games like your Candy Crush or Jewel. Those with storytelling components are the ones that have increased and seen better performance and engagement through their given platforms. This is also reflected in PC games and console games. I just haven't been able to dig up the data on that. My target audience, these are games that reflect what I hope to accomplish. Fans of games such as Firewatch, which is what some people call a walking simulator, where you walk in the shoes of a character and fulfill their story, making decisions and such. Hellblade, which is a game that actually does address mental health issues, specifically psychosis, in a very effective way. Metroid Prime, a first-person action-adventure game, and Neon White, a newer game that has come out that is really heavy on narrative, but it's equally heavy on narrative and action. They've really struck a terrific balance with that. And so fans of narrative-driven games with lots of exploration to get them engaged and lost in the world, with action elements to keep them entertained. For my solution, the neurodivergent voices continue to get louder in telling their stories. And so I'm not looking to do anything innovative or life-changing necessarily per se, like I'm not inventing a new type of wheel. Rather, I'm adding myself to the chorus of voices already speaking out. So this game will be another instrument or voice in the chorus of truth for neurodivergent people. In preparing, I've actually been in prep for this for a long time now. I just didn't really realize it until I began focusing my energies on this project and the potential for it. But what I have done, research ADHD, designing the overall game, and concentrate on that vertical slice and gather the necessary assets for it. And while producing, continue to consult with mental health professionals, other folks in the community, using Unity, the program, to build the game in, as well as consulting with other game devs I've come to be acquainted with over the last couple of years. And then after it's done, we're going to upload it to online platforms such as Steam and Itch. I have a newsletter that I've just started to keep people informed who are following the progress of the game and who are interested in it, as well as social media communications through the various platforms, TikTok, Instagram, etc. So the deliverable, but this first picture here on the right looks kind of like a comic book. That's actually the cover of my game design document I use for another class I'm taking for writing for video games. So that kind of sets the tone, a sci-fi kind of cyberpunk aesthetic. These are screenshots that I took of an early build of the game. I designed using assets for the environment, for the sky, effects and such, and even for the first-person controller. So there is progress, and I do actually, if I may, have something I would like to demonstrate. So one of the mechanics is the story of the game is that you play essentially an amnesiac android, and you need to find security keys to access different levels of the environment. And so using an asset here, I've set up where you need to find one key to open one door, another key to open the next, and so on and so forth. And just to demonstrate what can be accomplished with pre-made assets and such. So here we are. It's basic controller or keyboard controls, WASD to move forward, back, left and right, and mouse to look around and interact with stuff. So we just go up to the door, open. Oh, it's locked. Let's go back to the desk here and pick up the only object that's there. And oh, it's unlocked now. Terrific. So now we come in here, put that into inventory. Oh, there's a metal key. All right, so let's head back out here. It's unlocked now, so we can do that. Oh, and there's different objects here. What we got? Oh, a radio. Oh, cool. That's awesome. All right. Oh, a demo key card. Let's see. So key card, that must unlock the door, right? Oh, no, that's the wrong one. So put in an element of trying to find the right item. So here's another metal key. Let's go check that out. Oh, still locked. All right, let's just check that thing. So Let's just try this collectible. Oh, now it's unlocked. Terrific. And so come in here, the final thing, a lovely painting. And now we are flush with hope and confidence that this can be done and accomplished. And that is it. That is the conclusion of my presentation. I am now open for questions, comments, and snide remarks if you're so bold.